Now she returns to the small screen in season 2 of Hulu's original drama Harlots. Please welcome the lovely Liv Tyler.
Great, thanks.
I got lost over there. Sorry.
How's your summer going?
Good, thank you. How about you
Good,
guys?
good. I was saying the last time I saw you, I thought that you had just had your baby Lula, who turned 2,
Okay.
but I don't think so. I saw you in Austin, Texas. I was looking at colleges with my son. So that had to be like 3 years ago.
I had just had Sailor.
So so you had a different baby.
Baby math.
They're very close.
Yes, yeah.
Sailor's 3 and Lula just turned 2.
There it goes.
So 4.
In total, we have 4. David,
right?
My fiance, has a son who just turned 11. It was his birthday, then my birthday, then
Oh my
Lula's
God.
Oh my gosh,
birthday.
right in a row.
Every weekend for 3 weeks.
Oh, that's fun.
I got on the plane to come here, and I was like, vacation.
Yeah, can we get you anything? Relax, enjoy, stay for a while.
Where are you living now?
In London, yeah.
Oh, no
I moved to
kidding.
London 2 years ago.
How do you like it?
I love it. It's beautiful. I grew up in Maine and New York City, so it's a little bit. It's like a nice big city, but a little bit more nature, which is nice.
Do you know, I've worked with your father a little bit on American Idol, and I'm listening to you and just calm and soothing, and your father has a totally different, amazing, lovable rhythm to him. Yeah. Right? Like you guys are opposite in your
That's such a good word. He does have a rhythm.
in your rhythms, would you say?
A different,
opposite in
I'm
your
quite
rhythm.
different to both my parents, I think, because they're such big personalities. Behind closed doors, I'm a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
But I get a little bit shy
In
public, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. It was. I'm trying to, because Stephen has been here so many times.
Right.
He's so lovely. Like
I've never been on TV with him, really. So.
No, is that true?
But I've watched him.
Yeah.
No, I never have, but I've watched him on your show.
Well,
He's
by the
very
way,
lovely.
the first.
You never know what he's going to say.
To that point, we did the. I mean, he really is. He has so much love about him, and he just loves what he does. And so, we were doing the auditions around the country, and then the shows go live, and he has an uncensored way about him.
Right.
And he was having his uncensored way on the auditions where they could cut around it, and then we started the live show, and he had his uncensored way about him, and we go to the commercial break. And he's having a blast, you know, he's doing his thing, his foot's tapping, he goes, tell me when these shows start live.
Right, you're like, they've been live.
This is live.
Right, it's all live.
That just all happened.
I didn't get to watch it that much because Milo, who's 13 now, hates to watch me or Papa, or he gets really shy. He just doesn't like to see us in that light, so whenever I would put it on, he would get mad at me and be like, we're not watching this, we're watching something.
Well, the voice was probably on.
Right. Somebody's not related to.
And watch it.
Right. But you, like you said, you grew up in Maine and New York, and you were raised by your mom. And I understand your grandmother also.
Yeah.
But your grandma was an etiquette expert?
Yeah.
So she always knew, like, we have this thing in our house where you put your fingers like this, the B and the D, and you know that this is your bread plate and this is your drink cup.
Yes,
my
that's
kids
amazing.
taught me that. I never knew that growing up. Like, I didn't know that. Bread, drink. And I still, like, when we sit down at somebody's house, I'll go, like, under the table. I'm like, that's my bread
It's such a good guess.
Especially if you're at a round table.
Yes, right.
If you're at like a big event and there's a big round table, it's so confusing.
But did you grow up knowing that? Like, did your grandma teach you all this stuff?
I actually lived with her from 5 till 7. So and an amazing relationship between grandmother and granddaughter. So she was able to sort of teach me all those things. But a lot of that stuff.
It's like having Mary Poppins.
It's amazing.
Right?
And she was so patient and amazing.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from her. But one of her best tricks is BMW, which is bread, meal, water.
BMW,
bread, meal, water.
That is always, never lets you down.
There's your takeaway from today's show from Liv Tyler.
Wow.
But I like your one better.
Bread and drink. Because I'm always confused as to whose plate.
So hard.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this. Stay with us.
Still ahead on Live, Bernadette Peters and how to keep your dogs cool.
secrets on Harlot. That is a very serious clip for the kind of show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Harlots is a period drama. It takes place in the 1980s. Just kidding.
It's
We're going to
18th
see who is
century.
still with us.
18th century,
1880s.
right?
No,
17.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, but do you love putting, I would think putting all that on would be so much fun.
It's amazing
But I
fun,
would think
yeah.
like day after day, hour after hour, it might get exhausting.
Well, it's funny because being a mom, like this was kind of a vacation for me.
Right,
It was
right.
like so fun to go to work. So I'd be home with the
People
kids
don't
all day,
understand that.
covered in eggs and
Right.
sweating,
Yeah.
and like then I'd go put the babies to bed and go to work
Right.
for a few days. And it's amazing the amount of stuff. It takes like 3 hours for wigs and cages and corsets and gowns and then doing normal things like walking through a door is really tricky because your spatial awareness is different. So I would always go to walk through a door and get stuck.
Right.
We get an
I have to go sideways like a crab.
We see the images. What's the show? What's the premise?
So it's about it's about these brothel owners, basically these two women and their rivals, and it's about women in that time period. It's written, directed, and mostly starring all women. And I don't play a harlot. A harlot is a prostitute, but I play a sort of high society aristocratic woman. But I'm connected to the women because of a secret that I have. And it's just really interesting.
What's the secret? What's the secret?
There's a lot of secrets. Women didn't have any freedom at that time. They
I
had
know
no
you said your
control
brother,
over
your
their
brother
life.
holds my purse, and I was like, that's so nice. He holds her purse, and then I was like, oh no, that means
the
he's in
money,
control of all the money.
But the harlots had total freedom.
Right.
They had their own homes. They earned their
Wow.
own money. They did what they
Fascinating.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives you a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, listen, Harlot's second season is streaming now on Hulu, so make sure you check out Liv Tyler in Harlot.
Good to see you, man.
Great to see you.
We'll be right back with Bernadette Peters. Stay with us.